Hello everybody, I'm Alex. For those of you who are new to this channel, subscribe to the channel. What? Subscribe to the channel. I don't know, I'm out of the loop right now, but I'm going to do this top 10 favorite Pokemon video anyway. So without further ado, let's present, if I can hit the button, Alex's top 10 favorite Pokemon of all time. Not counting Gen 7, so not of all time. It's kind of got a ring to it, right? Yeah, I know. So, this is all opinion based. If you don't like these Pokemon, I don't care. Let's move on with number 10. Whoa, I don't remember making that. Okay. Heatmore. A lot of people hate this thing. A lot of people don't even remember this thing exists. But I love it because, well, one, it's a fire type. And two, because it has one of those rivalry things with Durant. Yeah, Durant. But I actually use this thing, like, I actually, playing through Black, or Black 2, I remember. It's one of them. But I think you catch it late in game, and I saw it, and I was like, yo, I'm totally using that, and it cost me the Elite Four. But I still love this thing, and I would use it in another playthrough anytime. Like if I played it a randomizer and Heatmore was my starter Pokemon, was one of my starter choices, I'd choose Heatmore. Just because I love its design, I love the way it looks, and it looks really cool to me, and it's definitely in my top 10. Number 9. Gourgeist. And now you know why it's on my FTL team. Because it's one of my favorites. I've gotten Gourgeist in 2 Wonderlocks, one in X and Y and one in Oras. And both times it was such a powerhouse that it was on par in level wise, and it was still one-shotting everything. I don't understand why this thing is in such a low tier competitively, because this thing is amazing. It's just straight up power, and everybody should be using a Gourgeist. Also the fact that it has different sizes, and different sizes have different stats and whatever. That's super cool in my opinion. Number 8 is Kingler. Now this one is in kind of new, kind of not. It's a couple years old. I know this Pokemon is from the originals, but I never really used the Kingler until till I used it as a starter. It's not as a starter, till I got it for my starter in my first Pokemon Y Wonderlock. And I just couldn't believe how powerful this thing is. Like, you're like, okay, it's a crab, who gives a shit? But no, it tears shit up. Like, it was amazing. I was astounded at how good this thing is. Speaking of water, I just drank water. But let's move on with number 7, Houndoom. Now, this one is mainly there for Mega Houndoom. Mega Houndoom is one of my favorite megas. Houndoom, I love it. I like it because of its unique typing. But I agree with everyone when they say it's unfinished. It should have an evolution, because it looks unfinished. You know, I would have much rather have an evolution than a Mega. But you know, its Mega makes it look so much cooler, makes it so much better competitively. It just makes the entire Pokemon better. But I'm not saying that I hate regular Houndoom. No, I like it. It's cool. It's just it's unfinished. It should have had an evolution. Number 6 is Ariados. And yes, it's Ariados. It's not Ariados or any other fucking pronunciation. It's Ariados. And if you don't like it, well, then you better start saying it that way. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care. But the official pronunciation is Ariados. But the reason why I like this thing is because I don't know. I like it and Galvantula, but I didn't want to put two spiders on the same list, so I decided to put Ariados because I'm actually using it in an ORS playthrough that I just finished. Not on the channel, just on my own time. But I really like Ariados. It's I can't explain it. It's just like one of those Pokemon that I'm like, I just really like this Pokemon. It's like for those of you who've seen my top 5 hated starter Pokemon, the reason I like Ariados is the reason I hate Torchic. I like it, but I can't explain it, and it's not the reason. It's the same thing for both of them. I just can't explain it, but that's why it's on the list. It's because I love this because it's on the list. Oh, it's on the list because I love this. Anyways, let's move on before I confuse myself even more, and probably you guys. Number 5 is Leafeon. When this thing came, when I first saw this thing, I was like, first of all, I was completely shocked because I had no idea my Eevee would evolve in that forest. I don't remember when it was. I I think I might have found it post game. I don't remember. I'm not found it. I might have evolved it post game. I don't remember. But I mean, when I first saw this thing, I was like, "This is the best evolution." The five other ones don't have anything on this. Then I found out there was a sixth one, Glaceon, and I'm like, no, still, I don't care. I don't care if like half of them are strong against Leafeon. It's still the best one. And that attack and defense, I was like, I have a 6 IV Leafeon, and I haven't trained it up because I haven't had the time to, but I love that thing, and I like, if I don't know what to say anymore. Like these next few are just gonna be like, I like this because I like it. Okay. Let's get Leafeon off the screen. Next 4 is apparently Charizard. That's how I spelled it in OBS. But no, it's Charizard. Charizard, just like my top 5 favorite starter Pokemon, with Charmander being number 3. Charizard's on my top favorite Pokemon list because for the same reason. You know, it's my favorite of the original starters. It's one of the first Pokemon that I've ever used. It's Mega Charizard Y is amazing. Charizard X is he's a piece of shit. I shouldn't even have put him on there. But you know, the reason why I love Charizard is nostalgia, yes, but also because you know, ever since I was a little kid, if I could have any Pokemon, like to be, you know, in real life, it would have been a Charmander that would have like evolved as I grew up, and then like, by this time I'd have a Charizard, and I'd just like I'd be like a clear foot over a Charizard, but I'd still be like riding it around everywhere. Because Charizard is 4'11", and I'm 5'11", so I would have been like a clear foot over the Charizard. But I mean, it would have still been fun having a Charizard around, and that's why I love this thing so much. I've loved it since I first saw it. I love it now even more. So let's get Charizard off the field. Off the field? Off the screen. This next one has 2 Pokemon, but they're the same. Number 3 is Beedrill and Mega Beedrill. I'll be honest, I didn't like Beedrill in the beginning, but it grew on me. Beedrill is one of those Pokemon that grew on me. And that's why I chose Mega Beedrill as uh, one of my FTL picks. Which this is probably gonna come out before the battle, but you should go check out the FTL battle. It comes out Friday. Mega Beedrill is in it. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but you're gonna want to see the battle. And honestly, I don't think Beedrill would have been on this list if I hadn't spent 2 weeks trying to get enough Weedle candies to evolve a Kakuna into a Beedrill in Pokemon Go. That made me appreciate this thing more because I worked so hard to get it, so long, so hard to get it, and it made me appreciate it more. And honestly, if they made an Alolan Beedrill, I mean, I would go to Japan and punch them straight in the face, because they can't ruin perfection. Number 2, Sawsbuck. Now the reason why Sawsbuck is my second favorite all-time Pokemon is because I did a Wonder Lock in Omega Ruby, and I got him. Actually, I should say I got her. I got a shiny Deerling called Vixen. And at first I was just like, you know what? It's a grass type, but as soon as I get a better one, I'll just box it. But right away, it started putting in like just all the work, and I was like, I had no idea this thing was such a beast. I had never used it before. I had played Black 2, and then I was like, they give you a Deerling in Black 2, and I was just like, no, fuck off, you're going in the box. And then I started using it in Omega Ruby, and I was like, I can't believe how much of a fucking beast this thing is. And then it evolved, and it started just dominating everybody. Like, I couldn't believe my eyes. And it not only gave me, like, it gave me so much of a new appreciation for this thing, something that I never had, that it, like, as I went through Omega Ruby with Sawsbuck, it started going higher and higher on my list. Like, I would have done this list midway through that playthrough, Sawsbuck would have been like number 7 or number 6. But as I kept going up, it became one of my favorites. And it's to the point where it's almost tied with Infernape, but it's not. It's just one down. And number 1, I just said it, is Infernape. Now, for those of you who haven't seen my top 5 favorite starter video, who don't know why Infernape is my favorite Pokemon, I'm going to say it again. It's because I got back into Pokemon with 4th gen. I didn't get back into Pokemon with 4th gen as hardcore as I play it now. Like, I didn't actively look for like new Pokemon of upcoming games, and with X and Y coming out, I went and I bought a 3DS just to play X and Y. Like, that's when I really started to get more hardcore into the series. Well, not that, but that's the point of that's how hardcore I am in the series for the franchise. But that all started back with Infernape, where I would casually play through Diamond back in like 2009, 2010, after my friend had just introduced me to emulators. And I gotta say, I never had more fun playing through any game with anything than I had playing through Diamond with Infernape. And you know what? My first playthrough of Omega Ruby, yes, I chose Mudkip as my starter, but I also transferred in a Chimchar as soon as I got the Pokedex because I wanted to play. I wanted my first playthrough of that game to be with an Infernape because I hated the originals. Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, worst games in the series by far. So I was like, I'm gonna put everything, all the odds in my favor. For me to like this game, I'm going to play through it with my favorite Pokemon. And I did. And you know what? I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it better than I enjoyed X and Y, which I didn't play through with an Infernape. But it's just the fact that Infernape's been my favorite Pokemon for like what? 7 years now? 7 years now? Because it's with Infernape that I got back into the series. It's with Infernape that I had the most fun playing a Pokemon game. And if they remake Sinnoh, you just know I'm going to be picking Infernape. And if they give it a Mega Infernape, I'm going to be super critical of that thing. Because if they ruin him with his Mega, you can be sure it's the only Mega I will never fucking use. Anyways, with that said, that brings us to the end of this top 10 favorite Pokemon video. If you like these Pokemon, if your favorite Pokemons are on this list, comment down below. Like this video and comment down below. If they're not, tell me who your favorite Pokemon is. You know, there's a lot of Pokemon that I like that I wasn't able to put on this list because I don't like them enough to name them in my top 10. Like Chestnut is one of them. Halucha is another one. But write your favorite Pokemon down in the comments below. Subscribe to this channel because there's more content like this, more content like this coming out. More top 5, 10s, more Let's Plays. I kind of lost my train of thought there. Sorry. There's also some collabs coming on the way with some great YouTubers that are also starting out like I am. You're not gonna want to miss that. Hit subscribe. Motherfuckers. Oh shit, am I still recording? Forgot to press stop. I literally just put my mouse over. I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. But seriously, you guys